Today we're at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville, Alabama. Check my channel for other videos. This is going to be a slideshow of pictures, vertical pictures. You can pause and read any of the placards, any of the information. I have a couple of videos where I'm walking through the facility and around the facility. This is a picture slideshow that I'm kind of saving for myself, but also for anyone that wants to visit the U.S. Space and Rocket Center, but aren't anywhere near Huntsville, Alabama. So just visit it with me here. I've got a couple of videos. Be sure and check them all out. So you've got outside stuff, inside stuff. You can go in and see a lot of things and displays and look at the gift shop without actually paying for the tour. You can actually look from outside and see a lot of the rockets, obviously, that are outside. But going inside, you get to learn all sorts of cool information. You see items that have been in space, items that have been on the moon, actual astronaut equipment. Outside, of course, they have all sorts of rockets, and that was really cool. They also have a military section with some helicopters and missiles and rockets, bombs, and all sorts of things. I am into rocketry for exploration purposes, not necessarily for the warmongering and all that, but you know, whatever. So it's a really cool place to check out. This is a tree grown from an apple seed or seeds, a group of seeds that were actually taken into space with an astronaut. When you go inside, they have a huge, I believe it's a Saturn V, huge rocket, all sorts of, like that's an actual capsule, and astronaut clothing, moon rock from the moon. They have a display about Skylab, which was the first sort of space station, and information on what it was like to be floating around up in space. This was a father and son. The father was on Skylab and the son is on the International Space Station. Sorry, that was a little blurry there. But they have the Skylab. You can go in there and walk around and see what it was like to actually live in and on the Skylab. Outside, they just had a little space shuttle model there. Outside, they have an actual space shuttle. It's huge. And a plane. They have a plane outside. Oh, there's a group of people coming from... They have a space camp. And this was adult space camp people. They have the plane that shuttle astronauts trained on to learn how to fly the shuttle. And that's back there. And this space shuttle is really huge. There is the detail map of the whole area. If you zoom in on that, you can see, what are you going to see? Okay, so Abel and Baker, these were a couple little monkeys that they sent into space, and they came back, actually survived being weightless and everything like that. And so one of the monkeys is buried out there. See, they were on the cover of Life magazine. Down there to the right, there's the little capsule the monkeys were in. They sent them up into space, poor things. But anyway, she is buried outside along her, I guess, longtime monkey husband. And so at the end of this video, I've got a couple pictures of her gravesite. A guy named Warner Von Braun, you're going to have to look up there. He is primarily responsible for this Space and Rocket Center. There are some of his drawings. Hey, this is Miss Baker, one of the monkeys that went to space. This is where she's buried out back. Squirrel monkey. And they buried her husband next to her. So that's cool. Check that out before you leave the tour. So there we are. Thanks for visiting the U.S. Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville, Alabama. Live your life.